Okay, so let's talk about creating lead sheets now. It's going to be a little bit of a shift in gear. This is task 2.1. I'm sorry. You just have to copy the first two lines. This is once again just for you to practice, and then in the second assignment, the second part of the second assignment, you'll be doing a full lead sheet. So when you might remember this, when you set up your score in Finale, you have this option here under the document style, whether to use the engraved style, which is the way most classical music looks, and the handwritten style, which is more of a jazz font. Now, you won't be able to do exactly this font. There may be ways that you can purchase this particular font, like the Realbook font, but we'll be okay with what Finale gives us. So we'll just click on next, and then we'll go to my blank staff, and then put the title and the composer. Just put his name right now. And that'll be good. 4/4, we'll just put C. The key is G minor. This doesn't matter, but and then here we'll type medium swing. And there is a pickup measure, which is 3 beats, and we only need 4 measures. See what that looks like. Okay, so as you can see, it's not exactly the same kind of font, but it has this kind of handwritten type of feel. What does it seem like? I don't have enough measures. Oh yeah, right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures. I don't know. Let me add a few. Right click. Add measures. We have 4. Let's add 4 more. Now I'll push these up. Alright, so there's no measure numbers. So I'll go ahead and get rid of them from here. I'll go to measure, edit measure number regions, and I'll just click delete. That's going to go. Now go ahead and insert my notes. Get this right. Right, and then it starts over. So actually here it says, and so on. Okay, so this is just the first line. All right, so basically nothing special so far. As far as the fonts, the one thing I did want to mention is there are a couple of possibilities. If you go to the under Documents, Set Default Music Font, you can try, right now it's Broadway Copyist. There's also a jazz font somewhere. And as I said, you can purchase additional fonts. I'm trying to remember where it is. I'm looking in the wrong place. JK. Here it is. Jazz. See what that looks like. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a different look. You could choose that. I actually think I like the other one a little better, so I'm going to keep that. I'm also going to get rid of this where it says 120. I'm just going to edit that. Oops. Here. Okay, so basically nothing special here. With lead sheets, usually you won't have to do any kind of crazy notational with different layers. Sometimes you do, but for standards in most songs you don't need to do that. So first thing we'll look at is the chords, the chord symbols. So for that you'll use the chord to symbol tool right here, and basically you just go in here and you click on a note. There has to be a note in there for you to do it, and you can just type it in. So this would be C, Mi, 7. and then it'll normally change a little bit. And the reason is it's pulling it out of a database of chords that are pre-configured. And if you type something else, it might not accept it. Like if you were to type C, let's see, let's try. Sometimes people do C, right? And they'll do C and then the -7. And then Finale will say, I don't understand what you're saying. And that's because it's not part of its vocabulary of chords. You can add it to the vocabulary and then it'll accept it, but it won't know what to do with it. So, and all of this can be customized, but we'll just stick to what's in the real book because that's fine. And Finale, it does know what it means. And so we'll go ahead and add the rest of the chords. And let's see, here we go. F7. If you click space, it'll jump to the next chord or note. B flat major 7, space, 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 E flat major 7, oops, major 7. There, and it'll just spell it nicely. A minor 7, and then I'll have to do parentheses, open parentheses, flat 5. And then D7, oops, G minor. Oh, I'm missing an I. G, M, I. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now with both the lyrics and the chords, you can think of it like as a separate attached row up here. So let's say that you don't like the position of the chord. You wouldn't want to usually move one chord only. That doesn't look that good. You would want to move the entire batch of chords. So if you click on the chord tool, you'll see these triangles that appear, and if you click on the one to the left, this allows you to move, to reposition vertically all the chords in your piece. If you click on the third one, you can reposition only that particular line, which is pretty helpful because usually you won't notice if the ones in this particular line are a little lower, but let's say if the pitches go really high, you just need to move it up a little bit, and that's what you would do. Well, this chord disappeared. G minor. There we go. Okay, so that's it. Now as far as the lyrics, we'll use the lyrics tool. Very simple also. I'll just click on the note. And of course I don't remember the lyrics. Let's see if I can. This is really giving me a hard time. Doesn't want to move. Here we go. So I'll just click and just start typing. And then every time you want to move on to the next measure, you just press space, fall, dash, and it'll automatically move on to the next note, leaves, and then if you press space and you go over a tied note, it'll draw a line, drift by. So you can see the font is different, but it's fine. Window, the, here, I think you get the point. I did want to mention another way to do it. If you go to, when you're in the lyrics tool, you'll see under these options here it says type into score. That's what this implies. You're clicking on a note and then you're just typing.